It was one of those freezing nights in New York City when the wind cuts right through your coat. Olivia stood outside the corner deli, staring at the change in her hand. She had exactly $1 left, her last dollar for the week. She was a college student, working 2 jobs, struggling to pay rent, tuition, and stay afloat in a city that never slowed down. One more shift at the diner, and maybe she'd make it through the month. That dollar meant one subway ride, or a bag of rice that could last a couple more days. As she walked toward the train station, she spotted a homeless man sitting near the entrance, wrapped in an old army blanket. He wasn't asking for anything, just sitting silently, staring at the concrete. Something about him made her stop. Maybe it was the way he looked straight through the crowd instead of at them. Maybe it was the quiet dignity he carried. She hesitated, then slowly walked over and handed him the dollar. "It's not much," she said, "but maybe it helps." He looked at her with wide eyes. "Thank you," he said softly. "You're the first person who's spoken to me all day." They talked for a few minutes. His name was Mr. Delaney, a veteran, once a teacher. Life had spiraled after losing his wife and job. He didn't ask for sympathy, just someone to remember that he was still human. Olivia left that night with an odd sense of peace. Her dollar was gone, but something felt different lighter. She thought nothing more of it. 3 years later, Olivia walked into a job interview at a new nonprofit called Human First, known for helping underprivileged communities find housing and work. The organization had grown rapidly, funded by a mysterious private donor. She aced the interview, and just before she left, the director said, "There's someone who insisted on meeting you." In walked Mr. Delaney, cleaned up, standing tall, smiling. "I never forgot your kindness," he said. "That dollar bought me a coffee that night. But more than that, it reminded me someone still cared." I got into a shelter the next day, got help, and rebuilt from there. I started this nonprofit with the help of a friend. And when your name came through as an applicant, I knew I had to bring you in. Olivia's eyes welled with tears. That $1, the one she could barely afford to give, had come back to her in a way she could never have imagined. She gave him her last dollar, and he gave her a future full of purpose, gratitude, and hope.